Hello children. Today I am back with your chapter 3 formulas and functions, which we have already studied about it thoroughly. I have shown you with examples. I hope you have all understood well. You have practiced it in your laptop or your computers. Until and unless you practice, you cannot understand what is how to perform all those functions and what is reference, what is range, until and unless you practice. Now today I'm back with your some things which are in your chapter in the no more facts. Let's recall, if you have if you remember, we are always doing every year. I'm always telling you about know the facts. So some things are there which I need to tell you how to do that, and what those all facts means and how to perform it in your computer. So we'll do that today in this video. I hope you will understand well, but until and unless you practice, you cannot go ahead. So please go through the video, understand it, perform it along with the video on your computer, then only you will be able to understand. So let's start. Let's go. As you can see, it is formulas and functions. We'll start with the first fact file, which is here. Let's know more. Worksheet formulas are not case sensitive. As I have told you, we are using the cell reference in the formulas and functions as A1, B2, B5. So either you write in capital letter or you write in small letters. There is no difference between the references. So both are working. Case sensitive means these are not alphabetically uppercase and lowercase. There is no difference. Either you write in small case letters or you write in capital case. So any way you write, it will perform the formula. Next is range. Range is a rectangular area. I already discussed it with your previous video in the chapter what is range. It is a group of cells together. For example, if you see here, like this, if I selected some of the cells from A1 to A8, so this is called a range. Either I select this one, this is the starting point D2, will continue till end F10. So from starting from here, it is till F10, what is my last cell selected, that is called a range. From wherever you start and till end you select, that is the range. Like in this example, B2, say E9th. This is called a range. That means all group of cells. Now the next is quick view. To enter or modify a formula, you can also press F2 after selecting the cell. Almost you always do double click when you going into a cell to write something, you do double click, but instead that you can press F2 and then you can enter anything in the cell. Let me show you how. Suppose I selected this cell, either I'll do double click, then only I can write in it, fine, or you can press F2 and like I am pressing, you will see the cursor inside the cell like this. I pressed F2 key from my keyboard and the cursor is visible inside. But if I say like this, I already have written something and when I press F2, the cursor will come at the end of the cell. Then you can modify or change your content of the cell. So this is a use of F2. So I hope three things you have understood. What's the use of F2? What is range? What is case sensitive? So I hope you all have understood this one by one. Let's go ahead with the next one. So now the next is to copy the formula from the above cell, press Ctrl plus apostrophe. There were two methods to copy the formula. I told you in the previous video, that was by dragging and by pressing Ctrl plus C and Ctrl V. There is one more method by pressing Ctrl plus apostrophe. Let's understand it. Like I have a sheet here with some items and prices per unit. So when we apply a formula here, sorry, one more column it needs, that is quantity. How many quantity of item 1 we need, like this. When I write the formula here, always starts with equal, that is B2 multiply, because if price is per unit 20 rupees, so how much it will cost for 5 items. So like this, when you press enter, it will give you the result as a multiplication. As I've told you, you can drag it down from this right corner, so it will copy the formula as I have taught you in relative reference. So instead of this, you can go by Ctrl C, I'm pressing, and then selecting same as Ctrl V. So what happens here, it is not copying the content, it is copying the formula and pasting it here by changing the reference. As we are using relative reference, if you remember the previous concept which we have started. So whenever you copy, it will copy the formula. But if I copy the content here, because I have not applied any formula in the cell and I paste somewhere else, so it will paste the content only, as you see. But if I have placed a formula here in this cell, so when I copy it and paste it somewhere, it will change the cell address as we are using relative reference, and then it will show you the result accordingly. So this was the second method. Now the third method is, as we have already applied a cell a formula in the cell, so we can press Ctrl and apostrophe from your keyboard to your next cell. So you need to do first, go to the desired cell where you want and then press Ctrl plus apostrophe. If you see, the automatically the cell reference has come. So but the result is same. As you can see, again B4 into C4 has come, then also it is coming 45. But what happens here, when you copy the formula like this way, it always copies the same address, it's not changing it. So you need to do dragging or copy and pasting, not the Ctrl plus apostrophe. But you need the same formula, as you are not going to change the reference, then only you can do this. Now the next is the defining names for ranges. So the easiest way to define names for cell is to click on the name box at the left end of the formula bar, type a name for the range and press enter. Let's understand it practically. Like here in this this is called name box where my pointer is. So when I select a group of cells, so it is F1 to F7. But here in the name box, if I write a name to a cell, so it is named as group, and press enter. Now whenever I will select this range, it will show you group here. But whenever I am clicking somewhere else where I have not defined the name, it is giving the first cell of the selection in the name box. So whenever I will select the desired range where I have given the name, it will always show you the name of the range. So this way you can define a name to a range. One more thing is there to see it. Instead of, like, suppose you have written some examples here. like this, and you want to get the total of the all these. So what you always do, you press equal and write the reference one by one, or you use the sum by pressing by writing the range like f1 to f7, right? But instead of this, I can write group here, as I have named it group, capital letters, or you can write small, that is on you. As you can see, it is highlighted because the same cell range is given the name group. So instead of cell reference, I can directly write the name of the range. When you press enter, you see it is giving the result. I hope you have understood it well. I hope you all are understanding. I'm telling you again and again, bache, if until and unless you practice at home, you cannot understand it. Please do practice at home. Whatever I'm telling you, that will be easy and knowledgeable. Nobody else will tell you in the next classes. Whatever is coming to your previous class, like you are always studying maths, the basic concept is in one class and next class goes with the next step, but the previous concept you should know to understand with the next one. Same is with the computer subject. As you are going ahead, please do it as well. Otherwise there's no use of it if you're not understanding it. So practice. So let's start with the next page. What is there in the no fact files? Now there is a quick view. To get the total of adjacent cells, press Alt plus equal key combination instead of clicking auto sum button. But to understand it well, you should know what is auto sum button. So let's start with auto sum. What is it? Then we will go ahead. So to understand auto sum, let's write some values here. If suppose I am writing like this, some of the values I wrote. Okay. Now if you can see my pointer, this is called auto sum button. I have told you about it in the previous video also. It has a by default sum function. It automatically take the equal sign, automatically take the function name and then reference. But it is possible only when you go with the adjacent cells. Adjacent means which are closer to each other, like 15 is near to 1945, like this, right? So either you type like we have done in this example, or you either click auto sum button. It will by default take some function. So instead of this also, when I press it, it will give you this result, right? So if I don't want this, so I need to do the total of adjacent cells. So if you press Alt plus equal key, like I pressed it from my keyboard, Alt plus equal, I did not click on auto sum button, then also it will give you the same way the function name as given here. See, so when you want to get the total of adjacent cells, you can press Alt plus equal key from your keyboard. Let's see again. I am deleting this. Press your pointer to the desired space cell where you want the result, then press Alt plus equal this way, or you do auto sum button. It is giving horizontally. Instead of this, you can cut it and then select from this up to this, because 197 is the result of all those total. I am not including it. Press enter, then also it is giving the answer. So this way you can perform auto sum. Now auto sum has some more other functions. If I show you with the drop down arrow, average, count, max and min. Let's start with min. Min used to find the minimum value among the range. Now it is the range, you know which is the minimum value, but suppose you have 100 of values and you want to find out the minimum one, you can use this function. It is automatically taking the range. Every function in the auto sum button will take the same range. So you can use it. Press enter. It is giving the minimum value among that range. Same way you can do with maximum. Max function, maximum is 62. So this way you can calculate count. Count is to count the total number of values. How many values are there? You can count 5, but suppose you have a longest list, so you can use this function as it is giving the counting of the values. Another is sum. Not sum, we will go with the average function in the list. Average you are always calculating by adding up all those values and dividing it by the number of values. That means by adding up 197 and dividing by 5, this will give you the result directly using Excel. So I hope you have understood the auto sum function, auto sum button, what are the functions available in it and how to use them. We'll do the next of the facts in the next video. Till that time you practice this. So are you promising me to practice? Surely. I will wait and we'll see how much you know. Whenever the school will open, I'll give you a practical test. I will see how many of you have practiced and doing well. So till that time, we'll wait for the next video. We will do the next fact files and know facts, how to perform that. Till that, goodbye and have a nice day and take care of yourself. Bye bye.